Yo, what's good? This L Boogie the Man. Welcome back to the Man Podcast, brought to you by Hard Knock Worldwide, exclusively here on YouTube. Let's get right into it, yo. So, the main issue I want to talk about today is how Democrats expect black people to vote for them regardless of what they do, or should I say what they don't do. And in particular, I want to focus on Kamala Harris. Now, before I get started, I don't want this to sound like I'm just bashing this woman because she's a woman. Nope. I'm not bashing this woman because she's a so-called black woman. Nope. I'm bashing her because she has a history of taking actions that, with my level of morality and ethics, I can't come to actually voting for this woman to lead anything that has to do in regards to what I got going on. So, man, here it is, alright? First of all, they want you to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris just because she's a black woman, okay? When actually that is not the case. Her father is a Jamaican man who immigrated to the United States. Her mother is a British Indian woman, technically considered of Asian descent, and she immigrated to the United States. So neither one of them are African American, okay? Neither one of them are what you would consider black. Blacks are the Americans that were here before the Spanish and the British came over and discovered we were already here, okay? Neither one of her parents fall into that category. Neither one of her parents were slaves or sharecroppers here in the United States. They weren't indentured servants. They were in different parts of the world, okay? And there is a difference, because I lived in Miami, and if you were to talk to a real live Jamaican brother and you call him a black man, he's gonna correct you and say, "No, he's Jamaican. He's from Jamaica." Straight up. You try to group an African man in with black Americans, they're gonna tell you, "No, I'm from this tribe in Africa," and they're not even gonna say Africa. "I'm from this tribe," in whatever nation they're from. They aren't black. There's a difference, okay? So that needs to be established, because people have a tendency to just lump all people of color into the same group with us. When it's not the case, they don't look at it that way. To be honest, majority of those other nations look down on black Americans. Okay, that's just being honest. So, boom, she's not a black African American woman, period. So let's get that out the way. And just because she went to a HBCU and was in a sorority, that don't make her black either. That don't make her any more black than the white students and the Asian students and the Indian students that go to HBCUs. You ain't gonna call them black. What happened when we found out Rachel Dolezal was white? Oh, she ain't black. As black as she looked. As black as she looked. Oh, no, she white. She ain't black. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy with Kamala Harris. She ain't black. Okay? Period, point blank. Because when they talked about her becoming the first Asian American senator in the state of California, where was all that black energy then? It wasn't there. They use that. She uses that as a crutch whenever it's to her advantage. Black people can't use blackness to their advantage. It's a fucking detriment most of the time. Black is beautiful. Don't get it twisted. I love my black brothers and sisters. But everybody else that's around us don't. Okay? So they only love us for certain things. Music, fucking innovation, entertainment, sports, things like that. So, boom. She ain't black, man. So, let's fast forward to after she graduated from Howard, she started working at the district attorney office in San Francisco. And she eventually became district attorney in the early 2000s. Now, during that time, she was locking up a lot of brothers on petty drug charges. And there was a lot of times and instances, I'm pretty sure, if you was just to ask brothers from that era, they'd tell you, yeah, she was a bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to make it, she was trying to stroke niggas for real. That's what she was trying to do. That was her job. And people would say, oh, well, shit. I mean, the district attorney is supposed to lock up bad people. But a lot of times, the police don't be locking up bad people. They be locking up motherfucking law-abiding, tax-paying citizens on bullshit-ass charges. I'm one of them. You know how many times I've been locked up and I didn't commit a crime? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? That's a whole other story for another, you know what I'm saying, episode. But to keep on it, though, it be a lot of times where it be bullshit that motherfuckers go to jail for and they get years, dude. Double, triple the amount of what a white person of the same age, same neighbor, same city, same everything except skin color. Same crime, same charges. They get a lot less time. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, on top of that, you know what I'm saying, she supported the 3-strike rule. So it's no telling how many brothers she had locked up on a bullshit petty weed possession, and now they gotta serve 20, 25 years to life. You know what I mean? And she was a proponent of that. She was a part of that. She wasn't out there trying to help get brothers, keep brothers out of prison. She could have did that easily. But instead, she want to lock niggas up for real. Because in California, black men are 10 times more likely to get arrested and locked up than a white man is. Straight up. It just is what it is, man. Stats is there. You can Google it. Google it, no. It'll tell you. So, you know what I mean? And she eventually became Attorney General. And what did she do as the Attorney General? This is the one main thing that struck me as well, because you talking about locking up black people for bullshit. Now, she advocated for locking up parents for their children's truancy, chronic truancy, extreme truancy, missing 90 days a year, dropouts and stuff like that. She advocated locking up parents for that shit. Now imagine you a single parent, you a single mother, or you a single father. You got to work 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs to take care of your 2-3 kids. You know what I mean? You ain't getting no help from nobody. So you end up raising a kid that becomes a bad apple. And they end up skipping school to the point where they pretty much is dropping out at 14, 15 years old. Laws were put in place during the time of Kamala Harris's tenure as Attorney General, and she eventually became a senator, where parents were going to jail. Damn, now. Parents is going to jail for their child's not going to school. And you talking about being in prison up to a year. Thousands of dollars in fines. So, question is who is supposed to take care of the kids while the single parent is locked up? A lot of us have been locked up over BS, and you know you hate it when you get locked up and you ain't booking over some bullshit. You know it. For those who do, you know it. I was just there. Now imagine the police coming to your house, putting you in handcuffs, and taking your children and putting them in the foster care or an orphanage. I ain't gonna say orphanage. I'm thinking of Black Dynamite, but yeah, putting them in foster care because you locked up and you can't take care of them. You ain't got nobody to come and look after the kids. How the fuck would you feel? How would you feel? That's what she was doing. She was on that shit. When she got sworn in as the senator, she had it in her speech. Parents, look out. We coming. We coming for you. She said that in her speech. Look it up. Google it. It's there. And you know that shit affect black people more than it do white people in impoverished communities. You know it. That's who that shit was aimed at. Okay? And then had the nerve, when people were getting arrested, she called it an unintended consequence of the law that she advocated having put into place. An unintentional consequence. Being locked up and having to pay all these fines and shit, getting my license suspended and, you know, having to go to classes and shit is an unintended consequence that these people have to deal with. That's fucked up. No matter how you look at it. You gonna lock somebody up for that? Come on, put the kids in some type of program or something. Help the damn parent out. Don't lock them up. But that's the way the justice system works in America, man. Let's keep it pushing, yo. What she also did was she was against releasing inmates locked up on weed charges. Why? Because it would cause a major blow to the slavery force, especially those fighting wildfires in the state. Mind you, excuse me, inmates only make $1 an hour to fight wildfires. In California, California is burning. I got friends out there and family out in California. They taking pictures outside. It's fucking red. It look like a red filter has been put over the picture. It's that fucking hot out there. And who's out there fighting them? No, it's not just firefighters. It's inmates. It's people's brothers and motherfucking uncles and fathers and sons out there making $1 an hour to fight wildfires. She didn't want to release niggas on trumped up drug charges because then who's gonna fight these wildfires? We don't pay the firefighters enough as it is. We can't afford to hire more of them. We need more niggas locked up so they can help with these damn wildfires. Half of California burning right now. And that's what she advocated for. She been doing it for decades. She been doing it for decades. That's why she was for the 3-strike rule. Yeah, these niggas keep fucking up. And shit, we'll have them out here doing all of this work. We'll have them doing all the work for a fraction of the price. Yeah. That's Kamala Harris, man. And I lived in California for some years. I done heard people talk about, oh yeah, when all of this shit was starting up. Yeah. Yeah. So, Like I said, all of that shit is Googleable. Look it up if you don't believe me. And I ain't talking about some old joke fake news websites. I'm talking about the Los Angeles Times. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the San Francisco Chronicle. I hope I got that right. I hope I got the newspaper right. But yeah, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, reputable websites and newspapers and news channels, local news channels. They got people out there that know what the fuck is going on. They ain't out there just to write a smear campaign or just write some propaganda to big up some shit that really ain't gonna benefit black people for real. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's those. These are the things that she was doing in California. Imagine what she do if she get into power in over the whole entire country. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that. We gonna keep it pushing though. Another thing though is leading up to the primaries. The woman asked Kamala Harris about reparations. It was a black female journalist. Shout out to her. I didn't catch the name, but didn't catch her name. But she asked her about reparations, and Kamala Harris said specifically that she isn't going to do anything for black people. She said, I'm not about to sit here and say I'm going to do something just for black people. No. Those came out of her motherfucking mouth. Those words came out of her mouth, dude. The motherfuckers whiz past her lips, bro. Sis. She talking about your ass and what she ain't going to do for you. It's going to be for everybody. And if you can't fucking take advantage of it, then it sucks to be you. That's where I come in and say, if you don't have a black agenda, you don't deserve the fucking black vote. I don't give a fuck if you a Democrat, a Republican, an Independent, a Tea Party, a motherfucking whatever. If you ain't got a black agenda, something specifically for black Americans that were here before all the immigrants came and colonized, if you ain't got something for them and my people specifically, then you're not going to get my vote. I'll just keep it at a local level and worry about city council and, you know what I'm saying, the state representatives, local issues. I'll worry about that. But I'm not about to sit here and just say I'm going to just vote for this woman just because she's quote unquote so-called black. I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden, no ass, just because he was with Obama as his VP because he was just so-called black. I voted for Obama because he was just so-called black. And I ain't get shit out of the deal. Straight up. I got an Obama phone. Nigga, that's it. Don't get it twisted. Universal health care. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Obamacare. I take advantage of it. I give them that. But that wasn't just for black people. That was for everybody. I'm talking about my people and my people alone. Because everybody else, they focus on their own. They all focus on their own. Don't get it twisted. That Black Lives Matter movement and that shit going on, that has a hidden agenda behind it, man. There's a hidden agenda behind it, but that's for another video. Google it. Look it up. Do some research. See, what it was in school, niggas didn't want to do research. They ain't want to motherfucking write those papers. They ain't want to read them books. Now when it comes time for you to really need to fucking do some research, you don't know how. But your ass got a Snapchat account. You got a motherfucking TikTok account with your old ass. Come on. Look that shit up and research. Don't just go off of what these motherfuckers is telling you on CNN and Fox News and, you know what I'm saying? You got to put all that shit together and piece it together because they only give you the piece they want you to hear. You got to piece all of it together, man. It's a puzzle. You know what I mean? That needs to happen more. It needs to increase, especially during election times. You need to know who you voting for and what the fuck they stand for. But I don't want to go too far off on a rant, you feel me? Let's get back to it for real, because she said what she said on camera. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. Ain't no editing or none of that. It's really, those are her, that's how she honestly feels. Straight up. And people, and brothers and sisters keep trying to give her an opportunity to say she gonna do something specifically for black people. And she always dance around it because she don't give a fuck about you. That's why. And speaking on that, she don't have any plans for black people in particular. Her and Biden, neither one of them at all. But she do got plans for Indian Americans and Indian immigrants. She already got shit set up in line, legislation that she wants to pass as soon as she fucking get in office. That's gonna benefit immigrants coming over to this country from India. And it's like, yo, she ain't putting none of this, none of these plans on the floor for Indians, Native Americans, the black people who was originally here before her people got here. She ain't gonna do that. She even hired an Indian American woman to be her press secretary. Now she was a Sorrow, right? Whatever it is, you know what I mean. Whatever, you know what I'm saying, she was, or is. How come she ain't had one of them sisters that she went to college with? Why ain't she hired one of them? You know she keep in contact with them. Because if she ain't keep in contact with them, she wouldn't be able to use the sorority as a way to sell herself. Why ain't she hire a sister to do that? I tell you why. Because she for her own people. And we need to be for our own people. Alright? Now, during the Democratic primaries, right? During the town hall, she was asked about the Second Amendment, gun control. She like, we need to have people who sell more than 5 guns a year need to be doing background checks on every person they sell a gun to. And it's like, why is all of that necessary? You know what I'm saying? If I have the right to own a gun, I have a right to own a gun. You know what I'm saying? As long as I don't have no felonies, I'm not no motherfucking I ain't got no psychiatric issues, then shit. Let me get my motherfucking gun. I shouldn't have to wait on a background check. I already got to wait for the FBI to approve or deny me the ability to buy a handgun. I'm waiting right now to get approved or denied. Because the D's already took my shit on some bullshit. You know what I mean? And she like, we want to have background checks. I'm like, shit, this motherfuckers can't even pass background checks to work at motherfucking McDonald's. These motherfuckers can't even pass background checks to get a motherfucking apartment. And you want to do background checks on motherfuckers to get guns or not? So motherfuckers can be biased against my black ass trying to get a gun and always get fucking denied? Hell no. Fuck no. I'm an American citizen. My ancestors built this country. If I want to buy a fucking gun, I want to buy a fucking gun. I should be able to go in there, pay my cash due, walk out whatever the fuck I want. I'm not a fucking criminal. And if I was a criminal, ain't none of y'all motherfucking laws gonna stop me from doing what the fuck I want to do anyway. So all this shit with gun reform, all y'all doing is just hindering the law-abiding, tax-paying citizens from getting they shit. Straight up. Y'all ain't stopping no criminals from doing nothing. There's more guns in the streets of Chicago, more guns in the streets of LA than ever before. There's more shootings happening in New York City than motherfucking back 20, 30 years ago. Ain't no motherfucking gun laws gonna stop a nigga from doing, or whoever, whatever criminal from doing what the fuck they want to do, man. The laws is put into place to punish them after they do it. Am I right or am I wrong? Because the police only show up after the motherfucking crime has been committed. Straight up. And then they charge your ass after the fact. It's rare that a motherfucking cop catch a motherfucker in the act. It's rare. So, she was talking all that about gun reform and said that if she has to, she'll place an executive order if Congress don't pass this reform bill that she puts up in 100 days or 90 days. She says she's gonna take executive action and sign the motherfucker herself and just override them, override your rights. And Joe Biden called her out on that shit during the debate. After she said that, he called her out. Her current running mate called her out, said, yo, that's unconstitutional. You can't do that. How you just gonna amend the Constitution with an executive order? You can't fucking do that. Checks and balances, man. That's unconstitutional. And she laughed. She laughed at him. With one of them motherfucking sinister ass motherfucking laughs like the villain in the Little Mermaid. Looking like that. Sounding like that. She laughed that shit off like, yo, old ass need to shut the fuck up. You ain't about to get elected. You ain't about to get nominated anyway. Yo, old ass about to die in a few years. And that's why she is running mate too. She like, shit, if this motherfucker die in the next 2-3 years, as old as his fucking ass is, I'm gonna be the first female president. Regardless of being elected or appointed. So that's what's in it for her. And if that shit happens, man, listen. It's a reason, motherfuckers, the black population, the black vote didn't go to Hillary Clinton. It's a reason women didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. Because they knew they couldn't trust that bitch. That's why they didn't vote for him. That's why Trump got elected. Because women could see through that shit. I'm not about to vote for her. That's what they was saying. And I'm like, yo, the same thing needs to happen here. That whole lesser of two evil shit. Dog, I'd rather stick with the evil I got than to move on to something that could be even worse. But that's just me, though. It's a lot of people who enjoy chaos. They like going from one fucking fucked up relationship to the next toxic relationship to the next abusive relationship. They love that shit. They feed on it. It keeps them alive. So what make you think electing a president is gonna make any different? They like, shit, we could go for motherfucking Clinton. Clinton had a motherfucking impeachment trial, getting sucked off in the Oval Office by interns and shit. The next president, George W. He motherfucking doing all types of goofy, silly shit while he in office. After that, Obama comes in. Obama doing all types of crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Got the world to really push the fucking New World Order shit forward. And then Donald Trump comes in. All of these motherfuckers do some crazy, wild ass shit. And yet we keep on voting for these people who ain't doing shit for us. Period. In particular, black people. That's who I make these videos for. You know what I mean? That's who I'm talking to. If you like what I'm talking about, then most def, much love. Shit. But I'm speaking to my people specifically. They ain't doing shit for us. No black agenda, no black vote. You know what I mean? And that's just a few, you know what I'm saying? That's several reasons why I'm not just gonna vote for Kamala Harris just because she's a black woman that could become a vice president. I'm not gonna just do that. And you know what I'm saying? You can feel free in the comments to speak your piece on it, however you feel. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? And shit. This is L Boogie the Man, Hard Knock Worldwide. Milk from a Dirty Glass is on the website, hardknockworldwide.com. Until next time, peace and blessings, wealth and health.